Alright, welcome everybody. We are doing something a little bit different today. We are playing City Skylines, and I kind of had the idea to play this game. It's sort of like Sim City if you played that back in the day. This game is it's a city sim, and I kind of wanted to see how far my degree actually goes, and how accurate this game can be based upon some of the real life teachings that I've had based on my degree in public admin and city planning and all of that. So we'll go ahead and jump into the game here. We'll get things going um, and get our road built here. So we've got this main artery coming into town, and we are going to combine these two into one to traffic calm, or we could do one way all the way through the city. We don't have any traffic at the moment, so there's no traffic calming really needed. I mean, I could put a roundabout in, but all of this stuff is currently locked because the city's not big enough. So I think what we'll do I don't really particularly care for that, but I don't care for that at all, actually. Okay. So I guess we'll just have two roads coming out here. And we'll connect them at certain points. But eventually this is gonna have to go once we get more population built in. So this main artery here, typically through this type of area, you're gonna want to place your commercial zoning. So we'll do that on both sides here. We're gonna leave this middle portion open because we're gonna use this at some point. This is all gonna go into one singular road once we have that ability. We also need power. So we have coal and wind. That's about the extent of what we can build. So, now we're gonna run into an issue of pollution. And I could look to build a water tower. Not the most ideal thing to have right as you enter a community. You want there to be a gateway there. You want there to be something that looks nice. And most of our water sources are significantly far away from our main artery of the city. So if we were to build this up, then at that point, then we would look at possibly beginning our sort of industrial areas over here and moving our residential over here, mostly because at this point you're going to be dealing with property values not being very high. If you had residential near like a water pumping station or a industrial zones, power plants, things like that. So we'll go ahead and build our water pumping station first, and we'll go ahead and run our main. We'll run our water main up through here, and then we'll go right down the middle of, I guess, Main Street, you would call it, for our water lines. And now we need electricity. So ideally, we need a road that runs out there too. And I don't want to spend a ton of money on this, so we'll go ahead and just run this road out, a little dirt path that we can put a coal-fired power plant on. Doesn't need to be anything fancy, we just need it to work. And then we'll run our power lines accordingly. Space is already occupied by what exactly? Oh, okay. I guess we will start here and run it to our power plant. And then we need to power our water pumping station, so we'll go ahead and connect all of this up. We'll start at our pumping station, and that should get us onto the grid. There we go. Alright, so it's not pretty, but it's effective, and once we begin to rezone some of that, we'll start to see the fruits of that come together. So now we need a sewer line, and given the way that the water flows, I kind of want to bury this somewhere that's not anywhere close to where our water sources would be utilized. So we're going to go ahead and run this up, and we'll connect it to our main here. So now our water and sewer mains are connected, and we'll need electricity out here as well for our pumping station, our sewer pumping station. There we go. Okay, so we've kept our pollution away from the water sources, and we have kept the sewer pumping so that it pumps directly out of town, and hopefully nowhere near our residential areas. Alright, so we have the ability now to build this 4-lane road, which would be perfect for a city square, or a 6-lane road for that matter, where we could combine these two one-way streets. But that'll be a project later on down the line. We're going to go ahead and run some commercial zoning out here. Or some residential, I mean. And we'll keep our residential zones. There we go. I think I made these residential by mistake. So I did. Whoops. Oh well. Okay, so we'll do... A lot of communities have a small little commercial zone. Alright, how do I want to do this here? I hate the fact that these are one way. Oh, that's new to the game. That's cool. Oh, I can do a roundabout. Oh, happy day. Now I just need to figure out how to get those two roads into one because I can't snap. Whoops. I guess we could do... This is unpleasant. And these are the decisions that city planners kind of have to make, is game planning mistakes, issues that you find yourself dealing with. And issues that previous planners have built. So you've got this one-way street here, and you don't want to demolish this because you've got houses along the line here. But this is your main artery coming into the community, and so you want to have enough traffic flow here to make this work, but you also want to sort of balance the rest of that out with these residential buildings here. And we need some income generators as well, because what we've got going right now is quite simply not cutting it. Is that just a basic 2-track? Oops. I think it is. You used to be able to right-click on these and upgrade them automatically, but I think now you can't do that. But it's good where it is right now, so we'll keep it. Actually, no, it's not, because I have this commercial zone over here that I forgot to build. And we need more residential zones. So we'll go ahead and build another couple blocks and get some more residential in this area. Oh, for some reason, when I built the road, it didn't connect the power lines, so we'll have to adjust that, and we'll renegotiate these over here so that the sewer pumping station can have electricity once again, and everybody can start pumping their sewer. So I'm not really sure how that worked out, but it did. Okay, now we can start building out some of our neighborhoods here. And I want to avoid tearing down this house here. There we go. Alright, and we'll... this... So we're not going to be able to upgrade that road too terribly much here. Okay, so we will continue to figure out what in the world we're going to do here. I think I'm just going to go... I think we'll just build it out like that. It's not pretty, but it works for now. And then we will continue to build out our neighborhoods here. We've got a little bit of a gap there that we can fill in like that. Some of these roads are not evenly balanced, so we're gonna find ourselves with some issues there. But we can go ahead and satisfy some of this residential demand that we have, thusly, and then backfill some of our commercial zones here. There we go. That should take care of a lot of those issues that we have, a lot of that demand that we have for residential. We are going to need another water main, though. Try not to overlap them, if at all possible. There we go. Okay. And then power should be good, so we're straight there. Hey, we got a McDonald's. Now we're on the map. We officially have a McDonald's. But our industrial demand is starting to go up, which means we're going to have to change our 2-track. We're going to have to rethink our 2-track road that leads out to the power plant. So with that, we can go ahead and construct I don't like that. So I think our industrial zone is just going to have to deal with the fact that they exist on a 2-track road. That's all there is to it. There we go. I knew there was an upgrade road button somewhere. There we go. Okay. So this will give us a little bit of a buffer. There we go. Alright. So now we should have a little bit of a buffer between some of our residential and our industrial. I'm going to stop building residential over here. It's going to kill these 4 properties most likely. but we'll get that squared away. And we need to think about our budget here too, because we have torn through a ton of cash. And also we need to upgrade this road. Get this dirt 2-track out of here. Our residents deserve better, so we'll give it to them. Alright, so let's give our community a minute to kind of build and grow here. Take a look at our water situation. I think we're good there. Power situation looks simple. Looks like it's okay. Alright, so now we just need to make sure that we have our money coming in. Take a look at our tax. Oh, we can't adjust tax rates yet. Close. But we definitely want to fully fund our electric and our water. So just shy of half of our income is coming from a residential. And then just shy of half is coming from commercial. We just started to develop our industrial area, so that means we're not generating quite a lot of revenue yet from these industrial zones, but that should be coming soon. As you can see, we're starting to not lose money at this point. And our population has increased to 320, so now we can adjust our tax rates. We can take out loans if we need to. We can bond stuff out for different services. We've also unlocked the elementary school, the landfill, and the medical clinic, which means we will be able to provide services for education, healthcare, and trash. No unique buildings or monuments at this point, and then we're about 300 people away from being deemed a quote-unquote worthy village. So we're moving along pretty good. Still waiting to turn that little profit, though. We're still $30 shy, now $14 shy, but now we can look at our tax rates. 9% for residential, 9% for commercial, and 9% for industrial. So we're going to give our residents a little bit of a tax break here. And we'll keep these guys the same for now. So 42% of our revenue comes from residential right now. So we want to make sure that they're taken care of financially. We don't want to price them out of the community. And as you can see, our budget for trash, medical, and education is all zeros, and we don't have any current loans. Oh, stop. Now you want to do all this, really? Okay, whatever. Alright, so now we're starting to see a few people demand trash service, trash pickup. For waste management, you definitely want to keep your trash away from water and away from your residents with that landfill site. We also want to keep an eye on how much it's going to cost us every week, $160 every week, and currently we are $164 short in our budget, so we want to keep an eye on that as well. We also have more increased demand for residential housing. So we'll go ahead and build out another block. Alright, now we will frame our next 2 city blocks for residential. So we won't be able to cut through there. There we go. That'll give us what we need. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and fill up our residential spaces here. There we go. Except I want to back that off because I've got roads there that need to be built eventually, so we will back up on those. There we go. And we've got another residential explosion coming here, probably because of that tax rate. We're also going to need a new water main, and we'll need to extend this water main out a little bit. And we'll probably need to run this one out just a skosh. There we go. Alright, now we can run this water main. We'll build a new one. Water and sewer lines. But we're missing that little piece right there. So these are going to overlap. Probably more than I'd like, but we'll get it. Alright, so now I don't want to take out a loan. So 39% of our budget is coming from our residential, 37% from commercial, and 22% from industrial. So I hate to do it, but we're not quite making the revenue that I was anticipating even with the lower tax rate, so we're going to bump it up just 2%. Trying to dial that in so that we're not super overflowing with cash, but we're also not spending and losing money. Okay. Okay, so now we're starting to make some of that money back that we were slowly losing. And we can address the garbage situation that we have here. So we'll go ahead and build this road out and get it. As I mentioned, I want to get it as far away from the residential area as possible without impacting the water. So we'll go ahead and we'll just start with one for right now. And it looks like it's going to be watered and powered, so we're set there. But what happened to the power grid? There we go. Okay. Because I built that road, it tried to disconnect power. So we're all set there with the garbage services. Those are up and running. And we're still turning a little bit of a profit. We also have some demand for industrial, additional industrial. So we'll go ahead and we want to plan for some heavy industrial, which means they're going to need heavy industrial roads. You know, some of those bigger, medium-sized roads. But I don't want to go too crazy just yet because I don't anticipate the demand being wild and out of control. And I want to take into consideration these residential spaces as well. So we're going to kind of zone just a small little commercial area here just to keep those two separated. And then we'll go ahead and build our industrial zones there. Alright, so now we'll let everything develop that we've just sort of put together. Double check our water. Everything looks pretty good so far. Electrical. Water. We're going to address an issue here ahead of time. Making sure we've got this covered for water. They are covered for power. So we're all set there. Check our community needs. There is some slight demand for commercial, but we're going to hold off on that for right now, at least. Okay, traffic seems to be moving okay. I don't see any tremendous backups. Although I do want to put some signs here. We're going to yield this traffic coming off the highway and onto our sort of main artery. And we'll put a stop sign there, and one there, and we're definitely going to need one here. So traffic priority is going to be to this road specifically, and this road here, because those lead into and out of the community. And as of right now, we're going to make this a two-way stop. We're going to stop all the traffic here. And we'll stop all the traffic here. Actually, we'll put a yield there. Okay. And I want to eliminate on-street parking here. So we will ban all vehicles. And we want to ban all vehicles here from parking. This is just for parking. Y'all have driveways, you can use them. Alright. Actually, I want to allow... This is not parking, this is driving. So we definitely want to fix that. Parking restrictions is what we want. There we go. No parking. I guess we can allow parking there, I suppose. Okay, so I think we're good there with dealing with our traffic. Alright, and we're starting to generate enough money to where I might be able to add a school and or a clinic. So the school runs me 160 a week, and I definitely want to place that there, make our residents happy. And then we also want to address medicine. And the clinic runs us 400 a week, so also a reasonable expense. So we'll go ahead and get that built as well. And we're set. So now, yep, we've got our ambulance running. And the very first place they have to go is McDonald's. Oh, the irony. Okay, so we have yet more demand for residential. And a slight demand for commercial. So we'll keep an eye on all of those factors here. Oh, that is way too big. I did not want to do that. Keep these roads small. I'm wondering how far back into this I can plow before people start losing their minds. There we go. Kind of convoluted and a little ass backwards, but there we go. We've got such high residential demand right now. It's kind of wild. I've got to remember to give myself space to continue these roads. Whoa, holy cow, that sprung up fast. Alright, so let's check our power delivery. Still looks okay. Water delivery, we're gonna have to address another water main. Hey, and we became a village, so we've got all kinds of stuff going on here. And we can have a fire department and a police station. Those are key. But let's get this water main constructed. Address that water situation. And it looks like our industrial zones are struggling for workers. We have a mathnasium we can build, and a church. And a community high school. There's the mathnasium. We've also got our police department, fire department, and the Ghostbusters, if we want them. That's a mod that I added. But we definitely want to address police and fire. Fire is probably going to be our #1 priority. So we will go ahead and construct a fire department. Yes, I know there's a school that I can build. That's great. Alright, so let's take a look at our policies here that we can utilize. Energy conservation helps save a little bit of money. So we'll go ahead and install that. And the water usage. And through those savings, we can now provide smoke detector distribution to everyone. So we'll go ahead and institute all of those policies. 16% of our revenue comes from industrial, 50% from commercial, and 32% from residential. The budget looks pretty solid. We're good there. We can do districts, so we can do specialization, which actually is going to come in really handy for this space back here, because we can address farming behind this residential space. Maybe. I think we have to draw it first. So we'll keep it away from those buildings. Actually, let's just draw in this whole area here. We'll make this whole area right here farm. That should help address some of the issues that may come up with pollution control and property value around these houses. Oh, yep. Our power supply got cut off here. So we need to reconnect that. And you can see just how badly the water gets polluted, which is why I wanted to keep it away from here where we get our water, and from over in this area where ideally we would add, marina, resort, beach type areas. So let's go ahead and bust this out another block because... oh, we're losing a ton of cash. Yikes. So never mind. I was going to build a police department, but looking at the budget, might not be ideal. I also need to do a downtown district, which likely will be in this area here off the main road. We're going to need to address that issue of tax revenue. And go ahead and put everybody back at 9%. I'm gonna try to avoid going into debt with bond payments, loan payments as they're called in this game. That's my game plan anyway. But we are going to need to address the fact that we don't have a police station yet. So, the elementary school is looking pretty good. Firehouse is operating normally, but there's really no... no issues with fire yet. Everything looks to be in pretty good shape here, revenue-wise. I'm not sure why we're losing so much money. Road maintenance doesn't seem to be... I mean, we don't have any, like, unnecessary roads. We're going to put in some traffic lights, though. go with a regular basic traffic light here. Okay. Alright. And we are losing money hand over fist, and I have no idea why. Big portion of our budget is the fire department. We could probably cut this down to about 50%. Because we only really need, I would say, probably 3 fire trucks in operation. 2, yeah, that works. Good with that. The school's running at about 50% capacity, so we can reduce some of that funding as well. That will help offset some of that. Then we've got our clinic, which only treated 3 patients last week. So I'm thinking we can probably reduce their funding as well. Okay, so we're still with a significant budget shortfall here. So we'll see if this helps at all. We had kind of a boom, which required a lot of utilities and services, and now we're just losing significant amounts of money, and now we're starting to deal with a crime issue, which means we're going to need a police station, and we're going to need one fast. In a perfect world, I wouldn't take a bond. I wouldn't bond out this issue. But given where we're at financially, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So let's go ahead and end this episode here, and we'll save our game. And we will address these issues in episode 2. Thanks for watching. My name is the Mayor Jason Smith. Be excellent to each other.